Where is that stupid thing? Ah, here it is. I'm trying my best to be quiet and recreate the theater experience I had with this movie. So bear with me. Felt a lot like this. Yep, that was pretty much it. Oh, and I was thinking of grabbing your overly brightened cell phone and tossing out the room. Hi, I'm Verity Rabbit, freshly baked and ready to give you the truth as I see it. A Quiet Place is directed by John Krasinski, as many of you will probably know from the show The Office, the one that you have repeating over and over again on Netflix. He also stars in the movie as the loving and protective father, along with his real-life wife, Emily Blunt, as the mom. As a director, John Krasinski does a pretty good job in setting up all the scenes, engagements, and how he blends the visual narrative so that you have a pretty clear picture of the family's plight at the moment. The movie is a film of ambiance, and a good look into a regular family undergoing the most strenuous of trials, both physically and emotionally, all played well by everyone involved. When it starts, the film throws you into a world that has already been decimated by something odd and violent, and we see a small family going to a local town to obtain supplies. At first, it's not evident why they are being extremely cautious and quiet. The reason became apparent soon thereafter in the film. And while the tension did mount in many scenes, it all felt one note. Not like so much a movie, but rather like a TV show that's gone on a little too long. And it's kind of hard to judge it, really, as a movie rather than a long Twilight Zone episode. Coming in at about 90 minutes, it's pretty close to it. The mood that this film captures is very well done, though. If you can get behind a bit of monotony, then you can pretty much enjoy all the tension of the film because it delivers it very well. Especially the bathroom scene that we see in the poster. And this tension repeats over and over and over and over and over. Okay, maybe a little too much, and that is one fault of the movie. It continuously gives this tension, but repeats it ad nauseum. And if you're looking for more than that, you're certainly out of luck. The score was really well done, and created such a build-up to the mood. And I have to thank John Krasinski, as the director, for making it feel very visceral. You felt every tension, every moment, and yes, every jump scare. Which you can't really blame them for. It had to be a movie about creepy sounds and things jumping out of nowhere, since talking above a whisper was barely allowed. And John, you have to admit, you lowered the volume on that a whole lot. I mean, you guys were running like crazy, and you didn't even make a whisper of a noise. Come on, even running barefoot on a little bit of sand would be much louder than that. You are 6'3", for goodness sake. Look at the poor raccoons. Their slight scampering turned them into little cute piles of blood splat. It did add to the ambiance of the film, though. I have to give you that. Anyway, John Krasinski and Emily Blunt worked really well together as a husband and wife team. It probably helped that they are husband and wife in real life. They look very protective and nurturing to their in-film children, who themselves have really nice performances of being scared out of their minds over and over due to the Cloverfield-esque monsters. It was nice to see their portrayals of a family caught in a bad situation come together in many ways. And the cast did very well in how they, spoke to each other, and how they were very protective of each other. It's not something you see in film as much anymore. I have to add that Millicent Simmons plays a great role as a guilt-ridden, angsty daughter of theirs. It was interesting to see her interactions with everyone, and how she handles the situations with being extremely cautious and quiet in this film. I found out that in real life, she is actually deaf because of a medicine overdose she was given as a child. I really have to commend her for her portrayal. It pulls you into the film rather nicely. The creature, aliens, Cloverfield monsters were not bad in design, but it was really lacking in the logic as to how they get by in life. I mean, they're blind, so the few ways they get by is by sound, especially their hunting and moving around. So maybe they have some ultra-silent squeak they do to listen as if they had sonar? They never mentioned that in the film. Or perhaps they bump into trees all the time, and that's why they need their armor on them to be so impervious. And I think that is another thing that kept bugging me. It didn't really give any clear indication where they came from, and why they took over the world so quickly. With the world's military and all their weapons unable to defeat a bunch of hairless creatures that kind of look like a mix between the Land Striders from the Dark Crystal and the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, whose greatest ability is to sneak up behind you fairly fast and slash away. It made it seem like there was something more to the film that was left out, something missing in between all that made most of the world desolate in a matter of days. It couldn't have been just a bunch of naked monsters with slashy arms that took over the world. And that thought lingered for a good long while throughout the film. All in all, it was a good movie. With its atmosphere that pulled you into it and the family depiction that was so very well done, they were very close-knit. I'm rather impressed by John Krasinski's ability to pull the performances out and mix it together with this rather gloomy feel, in addition to having the handicap of a very limited dialogue, which in itself helped set the mood for the movie. John has come a long way from The Office, and it's nice to see how he has grown his abilities. I'd say I'm gonna rate this, 8 John Krasinski beards. Yep, that should work. I definitely look forward to his next films. That's if Disney doesn't pick him up for a 10-year contract to play Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four trilogy, and Avengers, or Defenders, or any other group of superhero films that they're gonna have, which you know there's going to be more of that. Again. What do I know? I'm just a cookie.